welcome everybody to a brand new semester of game development. This is just going to be a short little lecture on the syllabus and how grading is going to go. If you're watching this on YouTube and want to learn how to make Unreal Engine, skip this video and move to the next one where we will start teaching the actual game development stuff. This is just kind of the procedural day one syllabus overview kind of stuff. This class is online. Every class is recorded. We will be splitting the class into first semester, which is called IS50A, and second semester, which is called IS50B this year. So 50B will actually be recorded first due to scheduling issues and things like that. So if you are in my class and you're in 50A, come online at 155, and 155 to 250 is the IS50A part. 1 to 155 is the IS50B part, and we do that so that we have enough students in the section to make the section go off. This is a fun class. Video games are fun. Making video games is fun. It's hard work. It is. And one of the most common causes of failure in this class is just that doing the final project where you make like a small little video game, even though it's a small little video game, is still a tremendous amount of work. A lot more than a lot of people anticipate. A lot of students are very optimistic about their abilities to get a project done and struggle with it. I am not going to be like bullying you. I'm not going to be checkpointing you. I'm not going to be writing roughshod on you, getting you to get your project up by the end of the semester. It's on you to have time management. And you are at the end of the semester during our final, you are going to present your game. And it's not going to be a huge game. It's not going to be World of Warcraft or Pokemon Unite or Fallout New Vegas. It's going to be a small little game that you're going to be capable of doing, but it will still be more effort than you think. And I'm just going to tell you that now. You will have to do time management yourself and pace yourself and schedule things and get your work done by the end of the semester. Are there any guidelines following making the game? We're going to talk more about the final project later on. But basically, I'm going to teach you all the skills you need to know to make a small little game. And then you're going to put those skills together and make a game. You're going to design it yourself. You're going to submit the design proposal. I'm going to look at it and probably tell you you're being too ambitious and to scale it way the hell back. Although some students take the opposite approach and they're like, it's going to print hello world and quit. And I'm like, no, you got to up that one. Most students though try to be way too ambitious. I'm going to have 7 different weapons. Voss is here online in second semester. If you look at his proposal for his IS50A project, he had 4 people working on it. There's 2 different races of people. There's 4 different classes. There's a castle, an RPG, and a leveling system. And none of that, almost made it into the actual project that was turned in at the end. So your game turned out nothing like your proposal. I know. It's very common. And it happens in real life too. Don't worry too much about it. It will be scoped appropriately to your skills. So, does that answer your question, McKinney? I will scale the project to how good you are, basically. All right. Eggert's game was like a Harry Potter thing where like you go through different encounters in Harry Potter. It's actually really cool. You can show it off sometimes. Okay, so anyway, it is a fun class. Making games is fun. It is hard work. And this is maybe easier for people to believe nowadays because we have a whole generation of people that were sort of like raised on Minecraft. And Minecraft is a game in which you're building stuff, right? Like you're using redstone and like you can make a game inside of Minecraft or inside of Roblox. And so people are maybe more used to these days the notion of fun as building something, as making something. There's a lot of crafting games out there right now. And you can think of making a video game as sort of like the ultimate crafting game, right? Like it's a crafting game where you can build the world and have doors that open when you touch them and goals and sound effects going off when you score a touchdown and all this kind of stuff. It really is almost like the ultimate video game is the video game called making video games. And kids know Fortnite. Like Roblox. Like I've had students, make quite impressive worlds inside of Roblox and things like that. I cannot recommend Roblox for ethical reasons. I believe they exploit children. but I've had quite a few students do that. All right, so half your grade is going to be earned for the daily work. So every day I'm going to teach you guys something, and basically you're going to have to do it. So like today I'm going to show you how to like put shapes and blocks into a video game world, and you're going to take probably 3 different spheres and make it into a snowman and put little, eyes and a nose and a corncob pipe, into it. And you're going to screenshot it, you're going to turn it in, and that's how you get half your grade in this class. Half your grade in this class basically comes from just like showing up and like doing the thing that we did in class. And if you don't get it done in class, then you got a couple days to like get it done. But it's not really designed to be murderous. It's not designed to be like, some like honors physics class or something like that. This is a fun class, okay? But you need to get work done. You need to understand how to like, do things, and there will occasionally be quizzes and things like that that take the place of a daily homework. But basically, yeah, you just show up every day, you do the work, you get half your grade. Like that's just pretty easy. Okay. Then a quarter of your grade is going to be doing a mod. A mod is a modification of an existing game. So one of the best ways of learning how to make a video game is by modifying an existing game that already works. Because what happens when you do that is you start seeing how experienced game developers made decisions. Like how did they build their world? How did they script the AI? How did they do quests? And you, by kind of poking around inside of it, you get to like kind of look at a finished project from the inside and kind of see how they arrange things and how they structured things. And that's a really good experience. Most people who have never gamed before, if you give them like a blank world, like they're not going to be able to produce Elden Ring or something like that, right? It's just far and beyond outside of their abilities. But if you give them Elden Ring, and if Elden Ring had a modding toolkit, which I don't think they do, but if they did, then you could kind of start learning like, oh, this is how they do quests. This is how they do multiplayer, which sucks. This is how they do, all the animations and the graphics, and you get to see sort of the mindset of people who know what they're doing, and you can learn from them by modifying their stuff. That's why we do a mod project every semester, is because you're learning from the masters, essentially. It's kind of like art students who go to a museum and like paint the Mona Lisa or whatever. They like are learning from the old masters, and modding a game is like that. It's a really important thing to do. You can also mod any game you want. I'm going to teach you guys how to mod Quake, because that is what I'm probably most famous for in the game world. I wrote a modification of Team Fortress called Custom Team Fortress, where you can make your own class inside of the game. So for example, if any of you have played Team Fortress before, there's different classes inside of the game. There's the sniper and the scout and the medic and the heavy weapons guy and stuff like that. And I made it so that you could blend the classes together. You have a budget, and with that budget, you can buy a sniper rifle and the ability to disguise yourself as a spy and so on and so forth. And it actually works out in kind of a well-balanced fashion, because everything has a price, and so the better things have a higher price, and there's counterplays to everything. And so I will teach you how to do Quake mods, because that's what I know best. But if you wish to modify Skyrim or Minecraft or whatever your favorite game is, as long as it's got mod support, then I will support it, and you mod it, and you propose a mod to me, and I approve it, and you do it, you get an A. Quarter of your grade. And then finally, a quarter of your grade is going to be your game. So the last day of the semester, you are going to show off your game. And the game, again, like I said, is going to be scoped to your skill level. It is not going to be a massive game. Like, so many students are like, I'm going to make 7 different weapons, and I'm going to make 7 classes. And no. I will scale that down to your skill level. Okay. As Raymond is saying, you have months to work on this game. Don't wait to the last minute. You need to pace yourself. You need to do the time management. I am not going to ride roughshod on you. I'm not going to ask for checkpoints or screenshots or works in progress. You have to pace yourself. Okay, this is the hardest part of the class, is that I give you a lot of freedom in this class. And students that have bad time management skills just wait to finals week, and then they got finals, and then they don't have time to work on their project, and then they potato. It happens. Okay, so in this semester, you're going to learn how to design and make a game. And these are 2 different skills, by the way. Like, I've got friends in the industry who are game designers. They don't program, or maybe not much. but they design a game. And so they understand game systems. They understand what makes things fun. And that's a whole job. That's a whole career. You get a job as a game designer, just somebody who just sits there and thinks and be like, you know, it'd be fun if we have a new, game that does this and this and this, and then somebody else makes it. And so it's almost like the ideal job for a lot of people, because you just get to sit there and come up with ideas. You don't have to have any technical skills, But it's actually a really challenging thing, because making a good, fun game that's balanced, that people will play for a long time, is actually really hard. If you look at how many games like people are still playing from like 10 years ago, CSGO, Skyrim, Team Fortress 2. I don't know. Are there any other very popular games? Terraria, maybe. WoW, yeah. Not a lot. Not. How many games come out every day on Steam? Like 10. How many of them are still being played 10 years later? Minecraft, yeah, Minecraft. Not a lot, right? It's actually really hard to make a game that stands the test of time, And so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how to design games, as well as making games. Okay. So you're gonna get the basics of somebody. I worked in the industry for a couple years, and but like I said, most of my fame, such as it is from making custom Team Fortress. It was the #1 mod for Quake for a number of years in the late 90s. The video game industry, though, is huge. Castle Wolfenstein, the original for the Apple II. I don't know if people are still playing that one. But the games industry is huge, and you can get a job in the games industry. That's a definite possibility. One of my students who took this class in 50B graduated from Irvine, I think, about a year ago, and she's working for Obsidian now. This is the people that do Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, living the dream. It's a possibility. You can do it, and maybe I'll get her to Discord in. Skype in sounds better. Discord in. Video conference us on Discord. Maybe we'll get her to give a talk about what life is like at Obsidian. And if Fallout New Vegas 2 is coming, because that's what I want to see. I'm like, Fallout New Vegas 2, you're both owned by Microsoft now. Bethesda is owned by Microsoft. Obsidian is owned by Microsoft. Let's bring the dream team back together and see Fallout New Vegas 2. Maybe we can get some inside information on that. We'll see. I know. If Fallout New Vegas 2 came out and was good, I could die a happy man. All right. So there are a lot of jobs in the industry, but this class isn't just for gamers, and it's not just for people who want to make video games. Every person will benefit from this class, which sounds a little weird. I'm just not patiently waiting for Starfield, right? Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, I think, will cover me until Starfield comes out. But I need to beat Path of Exile 2 one more achievement. So why? Why would somebody is anybody here not a gamer? Let me know. It's every semester I have students who are not gamers take this class. So go ahead and post on Discord if you are not somebody who plays video games, if you're not somebody who's into gaming of any sort. Luna, there's no shame. Yeah, really. And these students oftentimes do very well. And this class is actually very beneficial for them, because in order to make a video game, you actually have to kind of understand how humans work. You're going to understand how the mindset and perception systems and psychology and things like that. You will become a better person as a result of taking game dev, because you will understand people better. And if you can make something fun for people, you have to understand people to make something fun for them. Unless you just happen to get extraordinarily lucky, which almost never happens. So also, if you're a technical person, you're going to learn all sorts of technical skills that you don't get from normal computer science classes. We're going to be doing some in IS50B, at least. We're going to be working with user interfaces and things like that. Normally in our computer science classes, it's just all command line based stuff. You're going to learn how to make a visual interface and stuff like that, which is going to be great. And it's going to give you experience working on large projects versus kind of the small toy projects we do in computer science. Finally, a lot of things in life are gamified. Gamified is when you use the principles of gaming to make work more fun, to make your products more fun. If you go into Starbucks, they have a Starbucks app, and the Starbucks app will give you challenges. Order 3 times in 3 days and earn 60 stars. If you buy this combo of a fuchsia flavored dragon fruit blast in combination with the espresso brownie ham and Swiss sandwich, then you will earn 20 bonus stars. And so that's gamification. They're using sort of the tips and tricks of the video game industry to like sell you dragon fruit flavored brownies or whatever nonsense Starbucks is coming up with these days. My cousin has life insurance from Aflac, and Aflac will actually let her earn coins by going to the gym. Every time she goes to the gym, she earns a coin. When she collects enough coins, then they send her like Aflac stuffed ducks and things like that. Because the life insurance company doesn't want her to die, which is nice. Yay. Because if she dies, they have to pay out. So the life insurance company uses the tips and tricks of video games to try to encourage her not to die, which is nice. Yay. And so they give her like rewards and things like that from exercising and eating healthily and things like that. And so it's a big thing these days. So even if you're not a gamer, there's still a lot of this stuff here. Human perception is complicated. What's fun is complicated. Human psychology is complicated. But in this class, you will learn them. So that is kind of the overview of the class. Half your grade is from showing up, doing the work every day. Quarter of your grade is the mod. Quarter of your grade is making a game by the end of the semester. You guys have any questions about the syllabus? We just had an hour convo in spring on just how we perceive color. Yeah. I have a whole rant on color and how there's like brown's not a real color. It's an illusion. So you look forward to that. What? Do you see brown on a rainbow? It doesn't exist. Brown is not a color. There's no wavelength of light that is brown. Brown is a illusion. It is red-green is what it should look like. If you mix red and green together at a 2-to-1 proportion, instead of it looking red-green, your brain is like, it's brown, and it just invents a new color that doesn't actually exist anymore. So, yeah, but you're starting me on the rant. You're starting me on the... Don't get me started on like imaginary colors. There are colors that you can see you can't normally see. So, wait till Thursday. Yeah, well, just at some point during the semester, just be like, all right, I want to hear the color rant, and then I'll just like go off on like how color perception works because it's weird. It is super weird. Please explain. I will know that. Yeah, not today. Not today. We got a lot to do today. Okay, so with that, 50B people, please watch that YouTube video on your own recognizance or whatever the term is. And 50A people, I will now start the introduction to Unreal Engine. So I'm going to switch videos now.